No. Welcome everybody to live stream. During a chess competition, a chess master should be a combination of beast of prey and a monk. Beast of monk. Monk of prey. Kung Fu Panda. Something like Kung Fu Panda. Exactly. I wouldn't know what it's like. Alright. Asterbate, you're like an untrained tiger. Not a Kung Fu Panda. Someone let you out from the zoo. Friday we're taking, it's Friday. We're taking challenges 7+5 casual. Finally I get white against Cheesy Noob. Cheese Noob claims to be a noob. You are no noob. Just very strange style. Alright. With white it's much easier to handle him, I feel. He does have a fetish with like C6 or C3 and D5. Orange. The Slav. Orange Tang. Is that how they got the idea to make Tang orange? I wonder. Orange Tang. He's not playing D5. Whatever, we'll just play. 7+5, it's very fast. It's basically like Blitz. Technically, he's playing the King's Indian here. Which I happen to know a little bit about. Having played this position like a million times with black, I should know what I'm doing. Normally Cheesy Noob with some kind of really unorthodox stuff. What about Rook E8? It's a bit weird, but it might not be that bad. Move order only. Move order only. Don't talk about Tang. My first near-death experience involved Tang. Not really a near-death experience, but it was a very unpleasant one. Alright. Usually knight on d7 rather than rook on e8. I don't know if that matters at all here. Probably not a lot. I don't think that Cheesy Noob's too up to date theoretically. I don't get it why I can't kind of keep the tension here. I had a game with black. Well, I don't think I would play rook e8, but remember I lost the game with black with the knight on d7, no rook on e8. Lloyd played d5. That's the standard move. I feel I should defend my knight. so that I can play b3 and defend said pawn on c4. Yeah, this is not a typical move for black in this type of position. Rook d8 doesn't really function very well. Just looks like it's centralized, but probably not good. Obviously, it's hard for black to really do anything other than releasing the tension with pawn takes d4 at some point. What's up, Masturbate? We have a challenge from a new account with no games. That's not going to happen. I don't take challenges from people with no games. Less than 100 games. The queen is in a bad place now. I've said this before, never play b6 when your queen is on a5 because you cut off the retreat squares. I've lost like that myself. Never think though after your queen is on a5. Alright. Yeah, Cheesy Noob just doesn't seem to have the same vibrance with black that he does with white. Vibrance. If I play a3, is that going to weaken my queen side? Is it going to weaken c4? Dude, what is going on? I had this, or have this. He needs... He needs more study. Maybe Cheesy Noob's strength isn't really up there in the morning. Normally he's been in the evening streams, no? Actually, that's not true. He played me... I think it's weird. He's like much better with white than he is with black for some reason. I don't know why though. It shouldn't really matter with the weird openings he plays. Now that's a good move. Now that's a good move, except when it's not. What's my plan here? It's going to be hard to break through. He holds the c5. I wanted to exchange on c5. Chess Learner has swallowed. Rip Constantine Lerner. Yeah, I mean, I'm just up the exchange, but I don't really want to take on c5. Let's, well, this idea of exploring the light squares. Speaking of light squares, my original idea was play bishop h3. And then I hesitated because he has like this. But now I'm definitely playing it. He hit upon the right plan of king h7 and bishop h6. But it's probably far too late for that to matter. What is going on? As I said, I was thinking of exploring the light squares. Who is that? What is that? The neighbors are like banging the wall or something. Once in a while there'd be like these weird construction sounds through the other building. Whoa, G5. That's not dangerous whatsoever. Alright, you win. You were wondering if... They weren't banned, man. They were timed out. Did I ban them? Maybe I timed them. Maybe I banned them by accident. I meant to just time them out. That's entirely entirely possible. You wondered if you could unban them? You mean they asked you to get them unbanned? Is what you mean. I might have accidentally banned them, but they were being very annoying. It wasn't just for mentioning Hans, dude. They were like begging to play and stuff. There were multiple things. There's a bunch of people waiting to play and you're like, please play me now. You know, the people that do that. I banned them. I'm not sure I intentionally banned them. I think I meant to time them out, but in my hurry I like clicked the ban button. I've got a very itchy trigger finger. Cheesy Noob not one for resigning. But he does come back from a lot of bad positions. This is not going to be one of them. Uh-oh. Possible cave-in. Damn, I had queen takes h5? What? This is like a trap? You're gonna play like queen f7 and hope I miss knight f4? No? No. Apparently not. Yeah, I mean, I expected him to play king h6, but resisting is kind of a strong word. You will resist. You cannot resist. Resistance is futile. Can I sack my queen? Yeah, almost. Really need that c5 break. Acerbate, let me out. What happens if queen g8? He has an answer for that. He has a plan for that. Just get all the rooks in. Rook on the 7th. It's pretty hard to meet, man. But he'll find a way. This has to be easy winning. I'm up the exchange. Yeah, it's a sick puppy who keeps this game going 40 moves for black, seriously. Eventually there'll be a tactical hole somewhere in his play. It's unbelievable. I still can't find it. Reach out and touch someone. That's what they said about the telephone company, right? How is it possible? I don't have anything here. It's just not normal. Holy shit. Something's got to give. I can't believe I have more time than my opponent. This is the first game I ever played with him where he actually had less time. Damn, dude, this is going to take the whole string to beat him in one game. And then he, like, walks right into, like, mate. That's weird. Well, there wasn't a lot of things he could do there. There weren't. Guess he missed the point of that last move. It's a tough one. That was a tough one. No forced mate. Think about this. Now he resigned. I don't know why. It's mate in one. Oof. So let's see the graph, just for kicks. Steady resistance. Yeah, so it was all downhill from a certain point when he like allowed d5. But no, in this position you're supposed to play. Wait a second, what is that? Oh, so you played rook e8 out of order. You're supposed to play bishop g4 first. Or knight on bd7. This is a bit odd. Ivan Chokos. No. Notice like there's no good players who play this way with black. Relatively. No one above 2400. But do we get a transposition? That's the question. He needs queen a5. There is one transposition. I played this guy, Sergei Berezuk, I thought. Ukrainian. Funny that there's no transpositions. I thought this would be a position that had been played before. Oh yeah, Tukmakov with white, 1978. Black played the horrifying knight f8. Yeah, you gotta take here. You gotta take on d4. Well, it may not look bad, but it isn't good either. He has to take Arsenal, and if you're interested, then you should get Confessions of a Chess Grandmaster by Andy Soltis, because Soltis was an expert on this variation. People even like name it after him. Soltis and Kavalek. Anyway, they're supposed to take on d4. I think sometimes the rook even has to come here. But the point is, black has no bad pieces. See, now we got some transpositions. There's a couple games. Queen a5. But still white's better. I don't think it's the greatest system. Alright. Cut out. I mean, I played it a lot, but not in this way, really, for black. Kavalek was the first one to really play the queen a5 idea. Justice was exacted. We've got one game with Cheesy Noob, but now this. Next is d4. Yeah, the c6. I told you I played that against this old guy in the New York Open, and I beat him, but it wasn't easy. They have like a pawn sack, you know, they do, if you try that. I tried c6 and queen b6. I don't know. Yeah, I had a game like that with Controversy against Cheesy Noob. Was it Cheesy Noob? He sacked the pawn against me? I can't remember. General MacArthur. It's a well-known idea, but I'm not sure it's that bad for white. Yeah, the idea is to play a5. White has a pawn sack there. c6, he's not supposed to play bishop b2. He's supposed to play e3 instead of bishop b2. And then if you play queen b6 or a5, he plays b5. Now most people are just noobs and they play like b4, c6, bishop b2. But that's a mistake. You're supposed to play e3. I'm not an expert on it, but that's as much as I know. I was never real convinced by black's position. Let's see, our opponent here totally going in a different direction. Last time he played like d4 with the unorthodox queenside castling in a new London system type of way. Now we see the Polish opening, something completely different. Well, I mean, as long as white has the b5 square, you know, I feel like he's pretty good there. Alright. I'm gonna go for it here. Play the same-ish. Whoa, bishop g3. That I didn't count on. I knew we had a London system player. I love picking on the London system. Alright. That bishop looks uncomfortable. Much more natural to go back to b2. Okay. That makes sense, though. h3 is good. Black's clearly better, but white isn't lost, necessarily. Yeah, I don't think you play a5 if b5 is possible in that Polish. Yeah, I mean, it goes like c6, e3, and I don't know what black's best move is. I'm skeptical. I played queen b6, but my position wasn't that convincing after this pawn sack. Or maybe the guy didn't do it, but I've had it in other games. I don't remember, but it's not, as I'm saying, it's like, it's not convincing. I mean, I don't think there's like a refutation of the Polish opening necessarily. And it's an interesting debate, like what the best is. But all I can say to people is like play, like all openings, play, I think, what you play with white against these unorthodox things. You've heard me say this before. If you're a d4 player, play a d5 base setup against the unorthodox stuff. You know, e3, b4, g3, whatever. If the Polish opening is what we're seeing, you know, pretend you're white. I mean, play e5 if you play e4 normally. Play d5 if you know. So don't play a setup that's like alien. Alien to you. The Grob. Grob and go. I think you should play a hippo with with like g3 next. G3. I love me some Grob. I love the Grob. Grob is the best opening for white. You shouldn't play the Polish, you should play the Grob. Grobbing good. I haven't practiced my Grob pronunciation lately. I want to say Grob like a real punter. Grob. I can't do it. Grab. Scottish. How's your Scottish accent? Arsenal fan? Grubbing good. I can't do it, man. I'm terrible with voices. How do people get so good at like imitating voices? Did they just practice a lot, or is it just a natural talent? It's like playing music by ear. Oh my god, went wrong. You think this went wrong for white? No. It's all good. He's not lost in a direct sense. Cheesy Noob would love it. This looks like Cheesy Noob is taking over this guy's account, actually. He's got the structure that he likes. The London system, like bishop maneuver. Are you sure Cheesy Noob hasn't hacked your account? By the way, Cheesy Noob said he doesn't chat because his phone was stolen, and he changed, like he closed all of his accounts except for his Cheesy Noob account. So that's why he doesn't really talk in the stream or anything. That sucks. He fell down a flight of emergency stairs. See, that's why you should never buy a good phone. Especially if you're drinking on a regular basis. I blame it on smoking, because if I hadn't been smoking, I never would have gone outside that emergency exit. It wasn't the alcohol that did it. It was the smoking. That's why I quit smoking. I never would have tried to go out that. Man, I wish I had it happen in the United States. I could have, like, sued the hotel or something. I was, like, in France. I mean, I don't know if I have any case. You know, even drunk, you still might have a case. You know, even drunk or not drunk, it was just an extremely dangerous situation. I have a student who's a lawyer in France now, but I didn't at the time, or I had one for a while. I could have asked him to sue them for me. I just wanted to come home. I didn't pursue legal action. Nearly five pounds a pint. Oh my God. You should grow your own chickens and brew your own beer. Did you guys see the latest archaeological news on a totally different subject? I just wanted to throw that out there. They're claiming that in New Zealand they found bones of a 340-pound penguin from like 5 million years ago. No, there were seriously penguins that were so big that some kind of giant ass penguins. Can you just imagine? It's totally awesome. 340-pound freaking penguins. I think that's awesome. Can you just imagine those chonkers? My kids were like, what do they eat? Yeah, what ate those penguins? Well, its bones remained intact. So hopefully nothing. On the subject of penguins, White's kingside is looking a little bit weak. But how weak is it? No, F5 works. There is a slight downside if I play F5. Like, how serious is the downside? Break it down. The downside is not as serious as the upside. But this is like, to be honest, I don't know why I considered G5 first. I could play like G5 and play for H5. So he played F3. That's not what I expected. Interesting. Probably doesn't matter. I expected him to play F4, but I guess he didn't want to do that to his bishop. No, that's not what I expected. I thought we'd see knight takes and trying to get in here. Takes to the pawn. What? You got a knight Knight recapture there. I see. My knight is a penguin. This is a massive 300-pound penguin in the middle of the board. The penguins make sounds. They're like quack quack. Um 12 pounds a case. Oof. I hate trading queens here. Do I have to? Wow, he just immediately grabbed that pawn there. I didn't expect that. I don't know why. Oh, it was his only choice. Actually, rook c1 drops a rook. Okay. So after all that, all I've got is this measly pawn. Yeah, me too. I forgot that I had knight e2 check. Less pawn moves, the better. His king is really toasty here too. So what's the point? Put the penguin back. Penguin back in place. In the penguin place. Penguins are us. Wow, you have that. Huh. Okay. It's mildly annoying, but not necessarily fatal. Oh, now he did it. Yeah, that penguin is just like unavoidable, dude. It's gonna get you. No matter where you go. It's like 3 stories tall. Alright. Too many weaknesses. I'm gonna play at least like one e4 game today. I've been playing religiously just d4, just to really hone my skills in the d4. But I don't want to be forgetting how to play other openings. Hugo Problems. This is a friend of yours, Arsenal? He's been following you around everywhere. You need some practice. Uh-huh. Yeah, I used it against Move 11 in a training game last week, and I haven't played already in a long time, but if black tries to push the d4, you gotta know what you're doing in that. He's already like playing the Marshall defense. What's up with that? Oh, did I mean to play? I meant to play d4. Oh. You don't really play the Marshall defense. This is an accident, right? We looked at a game with bishop f5 the other day. Someone misplayed it in our analysis stream, the Kopech variation. Oh, Nils the other day showed us a game from his club. It was for bishop f5, and Nils had no idea that knight on bd2 is white's best move. I mean, most people don't. It's not a natural move that's easy to find. I also played knight c3 the first time I faced it. This player's reading 2141. Can you see it? You guys can't see the ratings. Oh. I think it's stupid the ratings are so small. Why are they so far away from the name? By the way. I feel like the names should... The rating should be closer to the names, because it's almost hard to associate those numbers. They're so far away from the names. They should be closer. And they should be a little bit bigger. Personally. But what do I want from a free chess site? Right? I want everything. I do think you should be able to adjust the size of the clock. Oh, funny, like, internet post I saw yesterday. A friend of mine who's a really funny guy. He had some kind of kids test where it said, like, your objective was to draw a small clock with, like, 10 minutes past the hour or something like that. It was, like, for, like, second graders. So the exercise, draw a small clock where the clock shows 10 minutes past the hour. And they drew, like, a digital clock. It was, like, it's really funny, man. Like, they just drew, like, a little digital clock that said, like, 10 minutes, 6:10 or something like that. It's supposed to be, like, learning how to, like, read the normal clock. Pretty funny statement about our world today. It seems like something a lot of kids would do. That's a clock, man. Nils is here. I channeled you. This is your favorite opening. You're here just in time for the Marshall defense. You know what? Screw it. I hate when they push, like, a4 and they start getting space on the queen side. There goes castling queen side. Castling queen side is now out. That's alright. I can live without castling queen side. I'm not sure I played this that well. a4 is debatable. Speaking of creativity, I give black credit. I normally wouldn't play a4, but I was kind of experimenting with something new here. I could castle queenside if I really want to go for it. Seemed a little over the top. All right, another question. More questions and answers around here. The knight on b4 is pissing me off now. If he plays c4 take, then I've got d3 to worry about. So let's say castles, take, move the rook. How bad is it? Not that bad, but I could also just play bishop h6 straight up. Then I'll never castle kingside so easily. d5 was my original plan. This obviously has its drawbacks. The knight on b4. I probably shouldn't have allowed it. It looks like it's just more trouble than it's worth. Shit. I have to castle first. Okay. Actually, I didn't. Oh my god. Well, he had knight c2 check, yeah. He could have played knight c2 check. Yeah, knight c2 check garners the bishop on h6. Bishop takes c3. Absolutely. That's the move. All day long, baby. Bishop takes c3. So I feel like black has a reasonable Grunfeld here. Whatever it is. Bishop takes b6 wasn't that stupid. Are you sure? Stupid is open to interpretation. Stupid is a very difficult word to pinpoint. Exactly how to define stupid. Stupid is relative. It isn't. And black's putting up some resistance here. I really messed up with a4. Damn, that was a bad move. My experience has been that usually the knight on b4 is nothing in many openings. But in this position it seems fairly decent. He's pressurizing d5. I had the c2 thing mess me up. Now this move I'm not sure, does this work? How does this work? I thought that's a mistake. But maybe not. Maybe he's got everything under control here. Check, f6. Oh, there's a check on c3. But then what? That's the million-dollar question. BFD. What do I do? Take on b6, take on e4. Take on c7, take on d5, take on queen f5. He doesn't have to play queen f5, he can play queen e7. Queen e7 may be safer. I have queen d4 check. Maybe that's good enough. And then just undermine his shit with like d6. There are some minor complications. There's a fork on c2. That's not good. So here we go. What the hell do I do? Need a computer. Queen c3 check, f6 is forced. And then what? Knight d4 drops a knight. Queen takes c7, drops a knight. Queen c7. You know, so maybe I shouldn't move my queen at all. But then what do I do? I just play like knight g3. Knight g3, queen d5, queen c3 check. Then he doesn't have to play f6. But I still like my position. He could just go back to f6 now, offering repetition of position. He can also go to c2, probably not that good. But I guess it's a move. Yeah, I looked at queen d4, d6, but there was a problem, Arsenal. I'm getting forked on c2, aren't I? Fork you. Otherwise it would have been okay. Yeah, I just don't have the time. I feel like there's something better than knight g3 there, but his knight is in a problematic place. So we have a simple position where I guess I'm just better. Don't really want to trade queens per se, but not sure if I can avoid it. feel like I have to go here. I mean, queen f4. Alright, queen f4, maybe we just get chased around, man. I think I have to do this. Fish and chips. Nice. Dutch fish and chips. The Dutch fisherman. You'll have plenty of fish. All the fish you could eat. They'll be like all over the place, dude. How's the real estate prices in the Netherlands? They'll build a dam. Some more canals. People don't care in America. They're still like paying through the nose for coastal properties. One missile strike is all it's gonna take, Arsenal fan. Don't have to worry about global warming. You have that move? We just gotta have something here. At least I got the mighty knight off of b4. What am I doing next? We have forks. Forks. I love my knight on g3. That's a great piece. You gotta love that knight on g3. He's a winner. I like how black's thinking there. Not a lot to think about. My knights. Knights are coming to life. Damn, does that defend? Check? We have to play positionally now? I'm not even up a pawn here. Yeah, rook c8 was a good move. Black's worse, but I don't know if he's lost or not. Guys, thanks for the challenges. This guy's challenged me though. The problem is you have no games, Sigimano. I don't play people with no games. I discriminate against non-games players. I don't trust them. I've been we gotta win this. Come on. Well, what happens now? Rook e1. No. Yes. This is a great position. I love this position. You have rook e8. I'm happy with my ending. But it's not necessarily winning, it's close. Damn. Not sure this is the best move. Now what? Rook d1? I guess rook e1 was wrong. I should have played rook d1 in the first freaking place. Knight e4. He's a cagey bugger, isn't he? And then bishop d5. It's really annoying. Damn. Sees everything. This is getting a bit much. Now I can't take on f6. Unbelievable. My rook gets trapped. Rook e1 check, king h2. Oh my god. Wow. What's that? Where are you going? I don't know, huge problems. You think they're really from the UK or they're just like pretending to be from the UK? He plays just like similar to other players. You think he made a mistake? Now he takes... What? What can I do? I want to like take on d5? I'm not winning. Yeah, what's rook a1 do though? It doesn't really do anything. I think he made a mistake. I think I made a mistake. I hung a rook. I just totally spaced out. Yeah, that was weird. Yeah, he made a mistake, but I don't know how to win this position. He defended like a genius. It's dropped a rook. I don't know how to make progress. It's not a winning position. Incredible defense by black, to be honest. I was winning apparently, but I didn't see it. Damn. Just a massive blunder. But I became frustrated. I don't know, this is a very secretive player. I think it might be a Smurf account of someone else. Apparently I should have just gone into the ending. I was concerned it wasn't enough to win though. I wanted more. First of all, rook e1 was probably a mistake. I should have played rook d1 to begin with. Pretty sad to just like drop your rook in a better position. I wanted to play g4 and then I like second guessed myself because of f4. King g3 is fine. It's just amazing that you equalized this game. Damn, dude. It's crazy. Black's completely okay here. I made some kind of massive mistake. So bishop h6. Arsenal is apparently right. Like, I should have played bishop takes b6. I couldn't deal with this, like, super bishop on the diagonal. I really didn't think it was that good. The computer likes your move, like push here. I guess I'm just biased against allowing black to have this like really strong bishop on the long diagonal. I didn't see like what white's plan is. How to like follow through. I don't know what my plan is, you know. If I can't play e5, I mean, I guess white isn't worse, but I just don't know, you know. Here I have a plan. I'm like, I'm trading off his kingside bishop, and then I'm going to attack him on the king side. This is unbelievable. He played really good moves there. Queen c6 is like the #1 move. I guess he has to. This is unbelievable. This is completely okay for black. A rook on the 7th, his king exposed laterally. And the engine says it's like a draw. Oh, Jesus Christ. He should have played rook f7 though. That's much better. 2 blunders. Yeah, I really became frustrated. Alright, this guy is driving me crazy. Who are you, Sigamano? Stop challenging me. I'm not going to play people with no games. Wait, what's the name? Sigamano? Wait. I gotta see. What was it again? Bob Sacamano? Are you serious? Come on, if it was Bob, he would definitely like be in the chat. Arsenal fans' favorite Aliakin defense. But that is kind of weird. It did sound similar. I wanted to try something. You beat me in this already? I can't remember. Hopefully you can't remember either. I think it was someone else. It wasn't you. When you weren't on the stream, I must have played this variation against someone else. Move 6. Bishop g7? That has to be right. Yeah. Grilf. So this is the correct position where I blundered and like castled in another game, allowing c5 when white was just like killing me or something. You have to play bishop e6. Now, the question is, did I play this against you already, or was it someone else? Because it has been a long time since I really played the Aliakin, like at least a year or more since I played it on a regular basis. I used to mix it in there occasionally, but lately I kind of gave it up to play other stuff with the Petrov. Black's best hope in the Aliakin 4 pawns attack is this variation. You can do that? You're just doing that? Okay. So what's the point? I can't take on c4 yet? Knight c4, bishop c4, bishop c4, queen a4 check, b5. Bjock subscribed. 25 months. It seems like longer. Come on, I have to know what I'm doing here. Knight c4, queen a4 check. Knight c4, bishop c4, bishop c4, queen a4 check. b5. Knight takes b5. Bishop takes b5. I believe that's what I analyzed. Okay, this has to be right. Oh, I thought you stole your mother. I was like, wow, that's weird. Kidnapped your own mother. You stole your mother's credit card. That's the sure sign you're an adult. You're now a real adult when you start stealing your mother's credit card. And other options. Non-existent. Non-existent. So this was the analysis. This wasn't White's best line. So if I play c6, queen b7, I wonder if I could trap his queen. Queen b6, what am I talking about? c6, queen b7, that doesn't work. Yes, no. c6, queen b7, castles. Queen takes a8, queen b6. Why not? Because there's a problem. c6, queen b7, queen b6. No, c6, queen b7, castles. Queen a8, queen b6. That's one option. That wasn't what I analyzed, though. I'm sure that I looked at knight d7. Alright, let's try something new. Oops, I lost my rook. Oh, he doesn't even take the rook. I don't want no stinking rook, man. Yeah. Same shit, different day. You will sacrifice your queen for the 2 rooks. I want 2 rooks for queen. He didn't take them. I think you should take them, dude. You should have taken them. I was pretty worried about... Wait. No. I had a hallucination. Never mind. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, actually, I'm not sure. I don't know if it was good or not. If you had a passed A pawn, it was good, but you didn't. I was hallucinating you had a passed A pawn. I still have my A pawn there. So I'm not going to call you a coward for not taking the 2 rooks for the queen. What is this? Do I have a problem, officer? Rook c7, rook c1, rook c8, d5. c5, knight d4. Oh my god. Pawn takes d4, rook c7, rook c7, rook c7, pawn takes e3. Pass on that. What else can I do? Knight b6, rook double, knight d5. I'm gonna drop my freaking pawn. I don't want to drop my pawn. I don't want to drop my pawn. I said. C5. Ah. I'm a genius. Damn it, I'm a genius. It's just ridiculous. Okay, rook there. There. Is this good enough? C5, rook C1. There. Takes. No. No, it's not good. Damn it. There's got to be something good here. It doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel right. I don't like this. I feel passive. Knight B8. Rook C1, rook C8. D5, knight B8. He went with the B4, which is kind of optimistic. Am I lost? Damn it. There had to be something better. I can't believe it. This isn't right, like passively defending. I couldn't find an equalizer. Maybe it just wasn't there. There's just nothing there. Sigamano. Yeah, I'm beginning to wonder. Challenge me for the 4th time? Sigamano. Damn, my screen just froze? What is going on? February 10th. That was made today. I don't get it, man. If it's Bob, why isn't he like chatting? Broken Souls. Nice. Punj. Arsenal, you're giving me a second chance at life? Can't believe it. Didn't he have D5? He wasn't sure about D5, C5. Will Wolf. Thank you. Yeah, we've seen Will Wolf before. I didn't know it was Broken Souls. Thank you for the info. So Arsenal misses his window of opportunity to kill me. Is he still better? Ah, yes. That's very nice. Very subtle. You want to play 94? But wait a second. Damn it, we have no time. Damn it! He also could have played A4 at some point. I'm not really interested in the World Championship, but you know, there could be some games. I have a fork. Forks are us. So what do we got? Technical endgame. He's got me massive time pressure. I'm turning knight d3 check. Material is equal. I didn't really trust that rook ending. And I thought I have this. Holding on. Maybe winning. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Yeah, he dropped the fork. Maybe it's not enough. Are you serious? It's not enough? Oh my god. Dude. He's got a defense with knight f6 check. He's hanging on anyway. What? What? Cold-blooded. Damn. Sucks. My pawn's hanging? What's happening here? I was worried he had rook takes e6 there. He's a freaking genius. I probably missed stuff. He probably missed stuff. 2 minutes more than me. Funny how low his bullet rating is. He probably just doesn't play bullet. You're a terrible bullet player. Knight c7. He still has a defense, probably. It's a freaking defense to everything. Every time I think I have a threat, he probably has like 2 different defenses against it. I'm only ever looking for threats for myself. Missing his threats all the time, his counter threats. Check. He has 96. It's all a draw. Same difference. Fear not. Now he's angry. Alright, there is still danger. There is still danger here. Definitely. What? Oh. No, no. No, no, no. Oh no. Yeah, that was shameful. Dare to play knight f7. Yeah, man. Crazy game. You were winning. You had it. I saw it. I thought it happened to move later. You had it to move earlier. Rook takes e6 immediately. Oh, shit. I only saw it on the next move. But it didn't work. How does it work here? Rook b6, pawn takes, and then b7? Oh, that's so sick. So if I try to play like rook takes, king takes, rook here, you play rook c7 check? Are you like winning this? Really? King is too good? King is too good. King is too good. Yeah. So apparently, like, but I'm curious about earlier. You were winning earlier. You were winning outright. Holy shit. We have a problem. You're winning outright a move later. Here, castles doesn't work. Oh my god. Why? Because I can't trap your queen. Oh no. Rook c1. It was all a big scam. Jeez. So this is just totally unsound. Alright. That's why the computer wants me to play knight d7 here? Yeah, I mean, I knew this was the move the engine recommended, but I wanted to try c6 and see if it worked. Yeah, no, this had been checked before. I'm surprised new games have actually reached this position. Strange. That's crazy. That's insane. Like, nobody's played knight takes c4 here. Huh. It's completely playable. That's weird. Bishop takes c4. You have to give up your light square bishop. You have to play this. b5 is forced. You have to take. I take. I'm not like down a pawn. It's not that bad, is it? Apparently e6. Oh, this might be a problem. e6. fe6. Knight g5. I think anytime you're playing the Aliekin's defense and the evaluation is not above like one pawn, it's probably not that bad. It looks like we're right on the cusp of having like a lost position, but maybe not. Looks like the Pierts or something. c6, knight takes g7, check, king f7. One of those c5 Pierts lines. It's not that simple. I guess white is better objectively. But certainly, you know, it's worth a whirl. Now what do I do to win the knight? Rook g8. Damn, you'd have to know this. And now you have this. And this looks really dodgy for black. Now I really am down a pawn. Yeah, this looks bad. This variation is basically all forced, I think. There was another move, rook b8. Queen a4. Maybe if you subjected it to deep analysis it's playable, but I guess it's just not as good as the other move. Castles is just better. There's just no reason to do this. Alright, Sigamano. We'll see if this is a troll or what we got here. I expected d4. Is Bob like chat banned? Anyway, thanks Arsenal fan. We created some new Aliekin's defense theory there. We explored a new variation. That was fun. Okay. I don't think I can play the Queen's Indian Accelerated again on Sunday if I get a d4 player. It's becoming too predictable now. They're gonna see my last game. I've got to just reserve this for surprise only. Bishop f4. I thought you were killing me directly, but maybe not. We'll have to have a better look at that game. I don't know who this is, or it could be. I only accepted the challenge on the off chance that it was really Bob. But I'm kind of doubtful. I mean, I guess it could be. It's a d4 game. Seems to be playing fast for Bob. The fact that they incessantly challenged me like 4 times kind of made me wonder. I'm not going to play knight h5. It's very weakening of the white squares. It's an option. It's probably playable. I have knight h5 still. Probably better now. Bishop g5, h6, bishop h4, g5, bishop g3. I can bring the other knight to f6. Or just play like e6 there. Yeah, I think we should do it now. The rook on e1 is particularly weird. It could be Bob though. I wouldn't be surprised if it is. A little unsure and kind of passive. But they're playing too fast. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I guess just a random. But I mean, when you play the London system with white, well, I think the important thing to understand here, Arsenal fan, is that I have the bishop pair. If I play e5, I block my bishop on e7. It allows more flexibility. He has an unopposed, weakness. He has a weakness on the dark squares due to unopposed dark square bishop. So I don't necessarily want to commit to that. It's a very standard kind of hippo situation. Now I'm really happy because he played e4. I don't think that e5 is bad. It's just that it's way less flexible. This is debatable. Very debatable. Speaking of flexible, like c5 probably isn't the most flexible. I mean, I can play a Nimzo with like bishop takes c3. But, we want to get the best possible, like the best possible scenario, really. My bishop's just too strong. I mean, I probably wouldn't even give it up for like a clear pawn or the exchange. I mean, obviously this is a very good Benoni for black. Despite the bad bishop on b7. Yeah, I think it's an 8-year-old kid from India. It's not Bob. Very rational play by white, but very robotic. I don't know, rational maybe not the best. Sensible. Simple, sensible. No real creativity here. robotic in a kind of average way. I love to compliment my opponents, don't I? We've got b5, theoretically, in some positions. Yeah, this is a really sort of useless move. Rook c1. It's just a move to move fast. It's actually similar to another game I had the other day against like Sumaher, remember? It's Sumaher's secret second account. Could be. I don't think quite as strong as Sumaher, but it's possible. Not impossible. I'm not exchanging on d5 because I don't want to create a symmetrical pawn structure where it's very difficult to play for a win. But ultimately, we're going to have to do something. My bishop might actually be better on c8 than it is on b7. Preparing the pseudo astrobate maneuver. Does kind of remind you of the game with Schumacher, no? Could white be an engine? If it's an engine, they purposely made a lot of second-rate moves to appear innocuous. But it could be one of those games where Blake White never ever makes a mistake. Just a lot of tiny inaccuracies. Still theoretically possible. It could be an engine. Just trying to be like, low profile, not blow me away, making very average moves. Now aggressive with f4. That looks really risky for white. So I'm pretty much open to all explanations. It could be an 8-year-old kid, it could be Bob, it could be an engine. It could be pretty much anything. Yeah, f4 looks really, really risky. Although it is a kind of natural move strategically speaking. In the Benoni, you want to play for dark square control and e5 ultimately. Without a dark square bishop here, he's in a very dangerous place now. And now maybe I made a mistake. Shit, this might not be that bad for white. Was f5? Oh, maybe f5's good. Really sharp move. Quickness. I don't know, it calculates pretty fast. I don't think it's Bob. I think the 8-year-old kid from India is the most likely explanation. But I'm not going to accept any more challenges from people like this who don't have a rating. This is the last exception. I knew I shouldn't have. I do? Really not sure. See, this is why I don't accept challenges from people. I have no idea what I'm facing here. They don't talk. We have no idea who they are. They challenged me 4 times, even though I declined 3 challenges. But the name, this is a weird mistake. I mean, his only hope is pawn takes f5. Now he's just like clear pawn down with no counterplay. Schumacher, it's not you. He played the opening a little bit like you. But I think not quite up to your level. Close. Similar style. I was talking about how it was similar to your game with me, where I was losing in that Benoni before. I have rook takes, trade everything off. But I mean, the account was created like today to specifically play with me. And pretty like quickly spotting like tactics and forced moves, basically. Yeah, I only accepted it because I thought it was Bob, because it's called Sig Imano. And it kept insistingly challenging me. Insistingly. Incessantly was the word I was trying to remember. But we created a new word. I guess Bob is still a possible explanation for this player. It seems a little quick for Bob. And a timely resignation. Now, a little kid who's 8 years old would never resign here, right? That theory is a little weak. It's not an engine. It's not a little kid. So, there is a chance it really is Bob, I guess. Judging by the proper resignation. Bob would resign. He can resign when he's like down a piece. He has low self-confidence. Ripun Bansal is the next challenge. Bob has low self-esteem. People with low self-esteem tend to resign pretty quickly. The Dutch. I had a nice Dutch yesterday. I played the Staunton Gambit. I'm just trying to provoke Bob. I don't really necessarily believe what I just said, but I want to see if I can lure Bob out by making a provocative comment. Oh, yesterday my opponent made a bad move here. Okay. So this is like mainline Staunton Gambit. How much time do we have? Ooh, running out of time. We have like 20... Time for 2 more games. Let's say. G6. I'm sure that White's supposed to play H4 now. I didn't sack a pawn so I could just like get it back. That's the worst ever. It has to be h4, h5. G6 might be a line, but it's not the main line. Knight c6 is very respected. But g6 is interesting. But I have the feeling it's dangerous. Like a lot of Dutch lines. It seems like all the fianchetto lines weaken the king side a bit more, so this h4 becomes a real thing. h4, h5 kills black in a lot of mainline Leningrads. So this has got to be the plan. I mean, the sharpest plan. White could play more routine moves there, but I think we have to go for it. So now he's played g6 and then d5. And I mean, I'm obliged. I guess h5 is like mandatory here. Maybe he thought he has like bishop g4. I don't know. Maybe he's thinking he's like preventing h5 with the threat of bishop g4. I don't think it really matters. Yeah, I think that was his premise. But I was skeptical of this because he's getting really outstripped in development. I don't know about f3, but bishop e2 was my plan. So what's up? Do I have to take with the queen to sack the exchange on h5? This is crazy. So he's totally lost now. Yeah, I mean, this is just terrible. Turble with the gerbil. See, the Dutch is one of the hardest openings to play, I think. You have to get your head beat in like 100,000 times before you're like, you know, competent to play it at the 1800 level. That's why I think so few people ultimately play the Dutch. Even though it's not a bad opening. The learning curve is just so steep. You just have to get destroyed like millions of times. Before you can learn to master it. It's a labor of love. I think French defense to an extent, although French defense is a little different. Certainly the Alekhine defense, although that's pretty borderline in terms of soundness. Yeah, so black is objectively, abso-positively lost here. Should I take on f6? Give up my great dark square bishop? It's an interesting debate. Don't really like giving up my bishop. It's probably useful for defending that d4 pawn. I guess I could have taken on d5, I forgot. I could just take on d5. That's obviously not bad. Probably winning. But I mean, this is tough because there's a lot of good moves for white. Bishop f4. The London system, you say? You made me do it. I was gonna put the bishop on e3 where it's like safer. Probably should have. This is probably a mistake. I don't know. I have g5. Oh my god, he castled kingside. I have to admit, I overlooked that. Another reason not to play bishop f4. Jesus. Christus. Jesus Christus. Jesus. Sorry. I can't pronounce it in Hungarian. The Jesus. 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 It's so hard to say that. Jesus Christus. Never in my wildest imaginations did I imagine black would castle kingside. Takes a really sick puppy to do that. True mental illness. I have to say, like, one of my criticisms of Ripunj Bansal, he's played a lot of games against me now. I feel like no matter how many times I beat him, he's still too reckless. It's almost like you have no fear. I mean, maybe that's good in some respects, but I think, fear is like a natural defense mechanism. When we get ourselves beat up, fear helps us to learn to not get beat up too many times in the future. Stylistically, I feel like you're a little over the top, and usually people tone it down. He's really, really reckless, like all or nothing every single game. Okay, I'm approaching chess from the perspective of a tournament player. Half a point means a lot to me. Draws are part of the game, an important part of the game. Anyway. Knight takes d5. I guess the plan was to play this. Is this even good? I'm having second thoughts here. I really wish I hadn't played bishop f4. Well, maybe your style is one of the reasons why you have so much anxiety. You're always playing like extremely uncompromisingly. But the game doesn't have to be like that. I mean, if you play super sharp chess every single game, it's going to take a lot out of you. Do I have bishop h6 here? Does that even do anything? You see, like, this move you just played, like, you played that, like, without using any time. It's completely arbitrary. You just take that move, for example. It's like the craziest move you can think of. Game doesn't have to be like that. But wait a minute. There was a recent Garry Kasparov quote I saw somewhere. About normal and crazy. Did anyone else see that? I think you just have a very different perspective, very different philosophy than me. We're just never gonna see. We're never gonna see eye to eye. Idaho. You don't play the game in the same way as me. You know, you're very, very much not like me stylistically. I'm trying to accumulate advantages. Every time Repunj plays, it seems like he's trying to drop a bomb on the board. You don't have the style where, you know, the typical player is trying to accumulate slight advantages. You're trying to create like maximum chaos every game, it seems like. It's pretty crazy. What am I doing now? Well, I don't want to lose a piece, so... One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, ironically, I played the Staunton Gambit, but I mean, Black played the Dutch and played it in a sharp way. I can play a sharp opening and then play positionally. That's what I'll do a lot of times. Yeah, another like ultra sharp move. Two all or nothing, I think. What? Oh, your rook was attacked. I get it. I have no interest in your rook. Now maybe. Now he'll play like knight g5. Repunj likes dark alleys where he has no idea what's going on. I guess I'm putting my bishop on b4. Pawn structure, material, that has no meaning to you, right? Actually, he does care about material usually. All right. Time is the most important thing. You're definitely in the wrong stream when time is the most important thing. Alright, what am I doing now? Getting an outpost for my rook. An outpost for my rook. Bishop, whatever. Rook, bishop. You have that. Damn, dude, I just constantly cannot predict your moves. Yeah, screw this. Like, you couldn't possibly predict his moves. But I don't understand. I mean, shouldn't you play safer against stronger players? Oh, I have a threat? Unbelievable. Reminds me of playing a computer. It really is like playing a computer. It's one of those like early ones. It's just crazy, man. You had D4 there. You should have tried that. What a game. No. Was I lost? You like Rook F3. Yeah, Rook F3 was pretty weird. Look at my inaccuracies, how many I made. By creating absolute chaos, right? My opponent has me playing like really low accuracy. That's what happens. You know? He's like the master of chaos. His chaos is worse than my chaos, but I can't even predict like one move from this guy. What's coming at me next. As a result, my play is all over the place. I was never lost, but I threw away like 2 winning positions in the process of winning that game at the end. Last game, guys. You think that's a good strategy? Not in my opinion. But it's a it's just a style more than a strategy. A lot of people think like it's a good idea to create complications against stronger players. I'm not sure. I agree. The stronger players are gonna be better than you know, in the complications. You might create a higher variance. I mean, I think it would work out to something like there's a slightly higher chance you're gonna win, but you know, a much lower chance you could draw, for example, than if you played normally. So at the end of the day, it probably doesn't increase, like, let's say your rating gain, your rating performance. At the end of the day, you're gonna have like 1 win instead of like 2 draws or something after 20 games against a strong player. No, I mean, I think you're gonna. It depends on the players too, obviously. Not the. Not the Mora Gambit. Oh my god. Knight f6 here is a line, isn't it? Knight f6, e5. Knight g4, bishop f7, king f7, knight g5 check. King g8. d6, queen b3. Knight a5. I think, like, I haven't really studied this deeply, but it's equal according to the engine. I normally don't play g6, but I was playing an accelerated move order. There's another move here for black, I believe. So bishop e3 doesn't look dangerous. How does that work? Knight g4 is fine too. Almost a transposition to another line. Pawn takes e5, queen d8, knight d8, knight b5. That's a thing. What's wrong with knight g4 again? I don't know, man. Nothing is wrong with it. But I'd rather not, like, get one of those endings. I think I have to do this. Yeah, I've never played this position before with bishop on e3. I doubt it's dangerous for black. If white takes on d6, I don't have to recapture, but I probably should. No, I mean, then again, I can just take on e3. If he takes on d6, I just take on e3. It's just good for white. I mean, black, whatever. No, I guess white is in trouble here. He has e6. But I just take it with a pawn. Yeah, I don't think this works. If you go back a move, the move order is unusual for white. So he's supposed to play either e5 here, or castles is okay. But now what are you supposed to do? h3? Maybe? Just h3 or something? How does this work? Oh, you have this? He has this? What? How does that work? Does that work? It's the fried liver. Nah. No. No. You scared me for a second there. King takes e6. Dare you to play king takes. I don't think we're going to be taking that pawn. Not today. Not ever. Well, maybe ever, but... Yeah. Do you like opening the F file? Contact us now. Alright. Yeah, I mean, it's resolute to try to take on E3 here. Really rather not. So how does this work exactly? Knight F6. I can play Knight H6. Yeah, I just remembered that. Knight H6 ain't bad. There's even Knight E5, actually. The best of both worlds. Yeah, I mean, I'm a full piece up. Don't buy it. Some practical chances for white, but it shouldn't be enough. I don't even know if that's my best move. One piece up. Guys, I gotta go after this. We're late. It's running late. Schumacher. You're late. We'll see you guys on Sunday for Simul after 2600. Post 2600 beat down. No, I'm gonna be optimistic. We're gonna remain optimistic. We're not gonna get beat down by another 2600. I didn't get beat down last time either. I rarely get beat down. But I don't want to lose again. I don't like losing. Alright, b6, bishop b7, anyone? It's an idea. What other ideas do you have? I can put my knight on f5. Yeah, but it allows the fork. So unclear who I'm playing on Sunday. Banus, Ivic, Christian Bauer, someone 2600. What the bleep is that? F5? Whoa, dude. Whatever. I say whatever. You can do it. Do your worst. I'm here to develop my pieces. Yeah, bishop f6, you know, the reason why I'm playing the way I'm playing is because I'm developing my pieces. I want to develop my pieces first. That's the first priority. Bishop b7, connecting rook and queen. This is more important than anything like bishop f6. This is more fundamental. That's a really weak diagonal you got there. But I don't feel like he's got enough, you know, of any kind of play to justify being down a piece here. Time to batten down the hatches. He has there's a big fork there. I think we can navigate. Queen d7. For example, like knight e4, pawn takes f5, knight g5, queen d7. And I've got knight d8. Now both bishops are strong. And I have the h-file, which might provide some tactic. I just want to complete my development. But yeah, I mean, bishop f6 might be a key move at some point. Don't think it's enough for white. Queen d2. Just connecting his rooks. Again, focusing on development. I mean, knight e5 is next. If necessary, rook c8. I also have knight d8, which is important. But it's looking bad for white. There's not enough. This is a solid place. Blocking the e-file. And I have queen c6. Starting to trade pieces with knight there would be good enough. I guess I have queen g4. Rook c8, rook c4. Thanks for subscribing, B-Jack. Sorry I don't have time to play today. We're almost out of time. I gotta go. My max time is up. Yeah, double threat. 1, 2. So now I have to realize that bishop takes e5 is a threat. Queen g4, rook f4, knight f3 check, rook takes f3. Oh, there's multiple threats there. Multiplicity. The back rank is defended. Bishop e5, bishop e5, rook e5, pawn e5, no queen d8. If he had queen d8, that could be nasty. White square bishop is the winner. Yeah, I gotta decline these challenges, guys. I gotta go. Next stream on Sunday. Sunday, post 2600 battle simul. I'm gonna be traveling, so I'll probably be home just in time with very little rest. We've got an away match. Yeah. I expected as much. It's a good thing my rooks are both defending the entry points for his queen in both cases. Right. Alright. Rook takes h2. Does it work? He has queen takes. Yeah, he has queen takes, Ars. I don't know, man. But before I go, I just want to check the opening. Make sure this is okay, what I did here. Tompo Ribley, 1976. You know you're in good hands when you're doing something that Ribley played. So e5 is the main line. It's equal. Castles is equal. d6. Okay, so yeah, queen e2. My bad. I think someone on sound played queen e2 against me. No. Someone on sound has not played this position against me. That's weird. What did he play? Wow. What? How do I have no games with someone on sound here? There's some. What did he play? He didn't play. He must have played h4 once. Okay, h4 is crazy. He must have played e5 once. Or maybe twice. Yeah, he's got a bunch of games with e5. But this whole variation is fine for black. I think it's a little bit underrated. So bishop e3. It's the first time I've faced this. Bishop takes c3, anyone? I think I'll pass. I'll pass on bishop takes c3, thanks. Knight f6, e5. Yeah, so this is key. I have to play knight g4. And if you take on d6, I just take on e3 and black has a good position. Wow. Bishop f7, you have something here. Hold on. This is a real thing. Bishop f7. Holy shit. Bishop f7, king f7, knight g5 check. Could white make this work? King e8, queen b3. Oh my god, what a line. Mark Esterman would be drooling at the thought of this. It's perpetual. See, the Smith-Morrow draws by force. We can play for the win with rook d1. It's a forced draw, apparently. We're onto something here. But I don't have to play knight takes c3. What's wrong with just like castles? There's a problem. Wow. Bishop f4 is not that good. So I can't just castle. I have to either take his bishop or take his pawn. That is a cool line. I bet it's been played on lichess. Let's see. Yeah, lots of games. The score is 49% to 49% on lichess. But only 5 players out of 137 found bishop takes f7. Jesus. This is white's only chance, literally. Otherwise you should be toast. Man, Asterbait would love this. King f7. White won 2 out of 3. Check. And only 1 player found this. What is the chance that 1300 played this without using an engine? Very low. King e8. $1,300, my butt. Computer. It's hard to say which move is better. F takes. And now black played some kind of crazy move. Bishop f5. Wow. Maybe he's not a computer. He didn't find knight b5. White here now played e4. So it's really not an engine. Wow. So bishop takes c3, eliminating an aggressive piece, queen b3. Yeah, this is Esterman crap. We've memorized like 30 moves of theory and some obscure variation that we're never going to play. Really practical. Yeah, it just doesn't look like there's a safe way for black to bail out, though. Yeah, there is. Okay, queen takes d6. I have to do this. I have to bail. I force a trade of queens. Queen d6, pawn d6, you have knight b5. Okay. So this is sensible for black. This is the way we should play it. Castles. And only white can be slightly worse. Knight takes d6, knight takes e3, pawn takes e3. There's only 11 games. Crunch. Rook a d1. Yeah, I mean, still probably a draw. White has just about enough compensation. Yeah, but I mean, as every other variation of the Mora, it's like white only equalizes. Anyway, I think the G6 systems are a little underrated. You know, a lot of books act like the G6 Mora is bad, but it's not. It's totally okay for black. And important if you play the hyper-accelerated dragon. Anyway, guys, I'll see you on Sunday. Thanks, Arsenal, for being a positive contributor to the stream. I enjoyed Astrobate sleeping through the stream today. See you all later. See you on Sunday. Bye-bye. You're welcome.